Stretching Minds. This editorial dives into the rich ideas at Lahore Litfest 2025. To enjoy any Litfest, one needs to be a hyperactive octopus, with eyes and ears at the end of every tentacle. Hyperactive octopus is a figure of speech meaning busy and all-seeing. Litfest's a whirlwind. Eyes and ears at the end of every tentacle is an idiomatic expression. You gotta catch everything. This sentence means Litfest demands you grab it all at once. The Lahore Litfest 2025. The last in a trilogy before the abstinence of Ramadan offered a banquet of intellect, spread over 4 halls in cruel competition. Trilogy means a set of 3. LLF's final bash, pre-Ramazan fast. Banquet of intellect is a figure of speech. Mind food galore. Cruel competition means tough picks. 4 halls clash. This sentence means LLF 2025 was a brain feast with tough choices. To attend one was to forego 3 equally interesting subjects. Forego means skip, miss out on gems. Dr. Aijazuddin, to Pakistan's early history what Dr. Ramila Thapar is to India's more ancient one, opened LLF with a discourse on Muslim enlightened thought. Discourse means deep talk. She kicked off big. Context. Jalal's a history star like Thapar, set the vibe. She set the bar for the remaining sessions. Set the bar is an idiomatic expression. Raise the game high. This year, the Iberian Peninsula insinuated itself into prominence, reinforced by the presence of the ambassadors of Spain and Portugal. Insinuated itself is a phrasal verb. Spain and Portugal snuck in big. Prominence means spotlight. Diplomats boosted it. Scholars spoke of the inspiration incubated in Al-Andalus. Incubated is a figure of speech. Ideas hatched in Muslim Spain. Spanish historian Eduardo Moreno examined whether the Umayyads' rule was utopian. Examined means dug into. Was it perfect? Utopian seeks a dreamland. Umayyads rin al-Andalus. Diana Dark, introducing her recent book Islamesque, guided her audience from the earliest origin of the zigzag, the Egyptian hieroglyphic for water, reappearing through time in the 8th century mosque in Cordoba, 12th century Romanesque cathedrals in Britain and Europe, and later churches and monasteries. Guided means led. Dark traced a cool line. Zigzag, hooks to water signs. Old Egypt to Europe's builds. She presented the evidence left etched in tiles and incised in timbers by the highly skilled but forgotten Muslim craftsmen who built Europe's medieval monuments. Etched means carved. Tiles tell tales. Incised means cut. Wood too. Context. Muslim hands shape Europe's old glory. Well, those who sought perfection in the arts attended Susan Strong's presentation on her exhibition, The Great Mughals, still on at the V&A London. Sought means chased. Art lovers hit this. Presentation means show, V&A's Mughal exhibit. To admire even reproductions of objects made for the 3 major Mughals, Akbar, Jahangir, and Shah Jahan, is to pay homage to the largely anonymous craftsmen who labored to please their monarchs. Reproductions means copies. Still wow. Pay homage is an idiomatic expression. Honor the makers. Labored means toiled. Craftsmen rocked it. Carved gems, jade cups, large carpets, bronze and copperware, textiles, manuscripts from the Imperial Library, many made in Lahore. Each object spoke of sensibility, elegant taste, and affordable patronage. Sensibility means feel, classy stuff. Patronage means kingly cash. Lahore's Mughal vibe shown. Drawn from collections from everywhere except the crucible of their origin, these treasures may have been taken abroad, but they have been preserved there by their new owners and available for our plebeian eyes. Crucible is a figure of speech. Birthplace, Pakistan. Plebeian means commoner. Us regular folks see 'em now. Context. Looted but kept safe overseas. This sentence means Mughal loots saved abroad for us to peek. Ancient and modern Turkey wriggled for attention in 2 sessions, one on the history of Istanbul, 3 cities, 3 stories, and the second on religious revivalism in Turkey from Ataturk to Erdogan, and the precarious balance between democratic forces and uniformed ones. Wriggled is a figure of speech. Turkey popped up. Revivalism means faith comeback. Ataturk to Erdogan shifts. Precarious means wobbly, demos versus army teeter. This sentence means Turkey's past and faith fights nabbed focus. A sidelight came through the session, Himalayas, with Pakistani mountaineer Naila Kiani. Sidelight is an idiomatic expression. Bonus bit, Naila's climb tale. By scaling 11 8,000-meter-high peaks, she has proven that one does not need the upward draft of an establishment to reach the top. Scaling means climbing, 11 big ones. Upward draft is a figure of speech. Bigwig lift not needed. Establishment is a term. Power crew. Naila did it solo. This sentence means Naila hit peaks without elite push. Dr. Peter Frankopan's presence is always a scholastic benediction. Scholastic means brainy, his vibe. Benediction is a figure of speech. Blessing. Frankopan's a gift. The BBC calls him a rockstar Don. Rockstar Don is an idiomatic expression. Cool prof. BBC's tag. His rare visits to Lahore, as Malcolm Muggeridge once said of royal visits, are not to be expected but enjoyed when they occur. Not to be expected is an idiomatic expression. Treat, not norm. Lahore lucked out. This year he did the LLF organizers proud by speaking extempore for 2 full-length sessions and participating in a third all in the same day. Did proud is an idiomatic expression. Made 'em shine. Extempore means off the cuff. 2 big talks, no notes. Ever since his pioneering opus, The Silk Roads, A New History of the World, 2015, Dr. Frankopan has expanded his field into the impact of geophysical events on world history. Pioneering opus is a figure of speech. Game changer book. Geophysical is a term. Earth shakes history. Of his 3 contributions to LLF 2025, the second, The Anthropogenic Shocks to Climate, was the most impactful. Anthropogenic is a term. Human-made mess. Impactful means hit hard. Climate talk rocked. It drew on his book, The Earth Transformed, An Untold History. Drew on is a phrasal verb, pulled from his big eco-history hit. His warnings of the irreversible impact of climate change were not new. Irreversible means can't undo. Climate's cooked. 20 years ago, former U.S. Vice President Al Gore had warned the world in countless presentations, documented in the film An Inconvenient Truth and his accompanying book of the same name. Countless means tons. Gore yelled it loud back then. In 2007, Gore and a UN panel jointly won the Nobel Peace Prize for raising international awareness about the global climate crisis. No tricks. Nobel nod for climate wake-up. His timely message met the fate of every premature prophet. Fate of every premature prophet is a figure of speech. Early truth gets ignored. Gore's call flopped then. This sentence means Gore's early climate cry got shrugged off. Related sessions covered archaeology, the golden road through SWAT, and feminist climate justice. Covered means tackled. SWAT's old digs in ecofeminism. Mishal Hussain, the epitome of feminism in the media, reprised in Lahore her memoir of her grandparents' broken threads, this time interviewed by Jane Marriott, British High Commissioner. Epitome is a figure of speech. Top feminist voice, Mishal's it. Reprised means readed. Book chat with a Brit bigwig. Novels were launched and discussed. Urdu poetry recited at the level of Iftikhar Arif, who also chaired a mushara. Launched means kicked off. New books. Mushara is a term. Poetry jam. Arif ran it. Certainly the most innovative session belonged to Aijazuddin's introduction of the Sufi tarot, Ibn Arabi and the Mamluks. Innovative means fresh. Sufi tarot's new. A practicing Sufi, she and her equally well-informed interlocutor discussed Aija's unique pack of Sufi cards. Practicing means living it. Sufi soul. Interlocutor means chat buddy. Smart pal. Unlike previous tarot packs, Aija's set of images encourages the reader to look inwards. Look inwards is an idiomatic expression. Dig inside yourself. Her cards flip the script. The solutions lie not in the cards, but within ourselves. Lie within is a figure of speech. Answers are in us, cards just nudge. In Maulana Rumi's words, unfold your own myth. Unfold is a figure of speech. Open your tail. Rumi's poetic push. This LLF is the 13th. No tricks, 13th go-round. It has proven lucky for its creator, Razi Ahmed. Proven lucky is an idiomatic expression. 13's charm hit Razi. He has been awarded the Chevalier de l'Ordre des Arts et des Lettres by the French government. Chevalier is a term, French arts medal, big honor. He deserves equal recognition by ours. Recognition means props. Pakistan should match it. The writer and author was a speaker at the LLF, www.aijazuddin.pk, published in Dawn, February 27, 2025,